Kemba Walker, step back, Walker, cardiac Kemba, does it again!
Ubilis, 7 seconds to go, three-pointer, Hutchins, double order!
Again, comes down to fundamentals.
Oh, my goodness, Sorrentine hit that one from the parking lot.
Watford for the win!
Yes!
Trip to the Sweet 16. Katie's got it. Rises up. The shot.
And it's good! It's good! From the corner! And it's over! Gonzaga! The slipper still fits! Ha ha! College basketball!
What is going on, Elliot?
What up, man?
Yeah, we here. Sorry, a little late. First time we didn't do a Friday show in, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, 4 months. So,
Yeah, that felt weird.
It was weird. I kept thinking it was Saturday.
I fell asleep at
night.
11 something last night, and I'm like, holy smokes! This is like one of the earliest I've fallen asleep in like months.
Yeah, no, it was not an 11 p.m. sleep for me. A little bit later than that. But regardless, yeah, we're here. It's it's kind of sad the amount of games we have today versus this entire week. It's setting in that we're getting close to the end of the season. So that does suck, but we're still gonna rock and roll. It's gonna be a good day today. So yeah, if you want to start, take it over with your squares here. Let the people know.
Yeah,
all
for
that
sure.
good jazz.
100%. Actually, wait. Let's talk games first, and then I'll go in. Maybe we'll let the live viewers come up a little bit just to see, and I'll give them a chance
Sounds
to
good.
kind of start it.
Sounds good. Well, let's start it off here. I guess with
You're starting it off, not me.
Yeah. This is a Wisconsin spot here. I know, call bias, whatever the hell you want. Izzo, who's been on a tear. These two teams just played, and it was Wisconsin had the lead late, and it was a one possession game. Badgers shot their season worst 5 of 32 from three. I'm not sure if anyone caught the game yesterday. The offense is back. They got Klesmit back. Winter's been coming back into game one. Took some adjustments. Didn't cover at the buzzer off a pointless three. But now we get Michigan State here at everybody in the world's on them. Laying such a short number to come up. I'm letting it do its thing because it looks like it's peaking out here at 3. I was hoping to get a 3.5 potentially, but my books do not offer that. But 3.5 here in Wisconsin money line. I just as bad as we played at East Lansing, and Michigan State got the home whistle there. I don't think that's going to happen here. I think it's a revenge spot. Obviously, the offense is back. Tanji, Klesmit, the whole gang's here. So I like Bucky here outright. I think they get it done. I think the whole world's on Michigan State. This is going to be a nice money line parlay piece. Them and Duke, it'll be free. No chance. Michigan State's losing outright today. Give me Bucky.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, they correct me if I'm wrong, but Wisconsin and Michigan State only played once. And it was at Michigan State, like you had just discussed. I'll be on Wisconsin here. I think that they care more about this than Izzo and Michigan State care more about this personally. Obviously, losing already once. Michigan State, they're kind of locked into that 2 seed, I feel like. 2 or 3, I guess. But Wisconsin, like we were talking about earlier on that show earlier this week, they're sitting at like a 4 seed, 5 seed. They can really get up to maybe a 3 seed if they win this Big Ten championship, which could set them up for the tournament success. We always know that Izzo really doesn't care as much about these semifinals, finals games here at in the Big Ten Conference Championships. So yeah, I'll be on Wisconsin plus the 3.5 as well.
Beautiful. You don't want no money line?
I'll just take the points. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I'll just take the points. I should do the money. Probably should do the money line, but I mean, I'm getting 3.5. Who knows? You never know.
It's fair. Don't blame you. Sorry, I'm getting my set up here with Maine and Yale and whatnot. But yeah, it's just a nice spot. I mean, as bad as we played it in East Lansing, it was a tight game and we had the lead there late too. So give me Bucky here outright. Tennessee Auburn. Auburn's laying 5.5. Take it away. I got to grab some coffee.
Yeah, so Tennessee at Auburn here should be a pretty good game. Two of the top teams here in the country on a neutral. Was looking, I think Tennessee lost to Auburn. Their only matchup this year was on the road. Very close game, 2-point game, kind of a tough, gritty, 53-51, grinded out type of a game. The fact that we're getting 5.5 here feels like I'll be on the Tennessee side just because I'm getting the 5.5. I think they probably maybe even could potentially win this outright. I know it's one of those things where Rick Barnes hard to back him in March, but I'll be on Tennessee plus the 5.5. I think too many points here, and the number we hate, the plus 5.5. Always love taking 5.5, especially when I'm towards that side anyway. So I'll take the 5.5 here.
Yeah, completely agree. They played in Auburn, 2-point game. Tennessee had a shot there late to win it. Didn't get it done, but I'm not saying Auburn's a bad team. Obviously, like they're damn good, but have they looked great lately? No. They beat the shit out of Kentucky and then Ole Miss, the 26th of March 1st. Other than that, Georgia hung around. If Visic or Big Z, sorry, for Arkansas shows up in that game, Arkansas wins. They beat Bama in a back and forth game. Bama just couldn't make plays down the stretch or throughout that game. Like they clawed back, but just never got over that hump. Vanderbilt on the road, that game was closer than it was. Vandy had a second half lead, blew that. So given the last month or so, haven't looked great. Tennessee, we've seen Chaz Lanier show up the last couple of games too. So he's finally showed up, and this is the time when it matters. This is what they pay him for. This is his time to shine. So I like Tennessee here plus 5.5. I like the money line. Auburn's still going to be a 1 seed even if they lose this game. But
yep, that's exactly what I just said in the chat to Matt. He was asking if they generally not look good, but it's like, we've seen here throughout the. Look at Texas A&M when they made that run and then they lost the championship game and didn't get into the tournament, even though they made that run in the SEC tournament. So the committee doesn't really value these games, I don't think, enough to really fluctuate the seeds very much. So it's like if Auburn loses this game, I don't think that means that they're off the one line. So they've already got that locked in. So how motivated will they be? And as Matt brought up in the chat, they just haven't looked that great. The fact that Tennessee's only played them once, lost only by 2, getting 5.5. It kind of feels too easy to me, in my opinion. So I'm kind of worried, but I'll take the 5.5 with Tennessee.
Yeah, I get that. It does feel a little easy, but still, there's a lot of respect for Auburn out there. They also haven't looked good. So, I know Auburn's guards aren't pussies, as Pearl said yesterday, but neither are Tennessee. The time to fade Rick Barnes is round of 32, Sweet 16 time. Not in the conference tournament. They're always damn good. So Tennessee plus 5.5 money line for me in this one. Ramblers versus Rams. VCU's laying 9.5. I like VCU here. I just don't think we get cute and fade them. I tried yesterday. Bonnie's hung around for about 25, 30 minutes or so, and then it just kind of got away from them. Their inability to rebound really, really hurt them. And VCU, one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the country. If not, what are they per KenPom? 10th. So, sorry, one sec. All right, we're back. 10th in the country overall in offensive rebounding success. Loyola, I'm not saying they're a bad rebounding team, but being able to keep VCU off of the glass the entire game, I don't know about that. They played earlier this season. VCU won at Loyola was at 19 points. I believe it was the only time they played each other too.
I got to make a call real quick, so keep
You're
rocking. I will be on VCU minus the 9.5. I tried, like you said, exact cap for you. Tried to fade them. I'll be on VCU. It's not going to be a bet for me. I think it's pretty high of a point, but I'll ride with VCU. They've just been if they shoot well, or they shoot decent, I should say, they will win this by more than 10 if they shoot somewhat decent. The only way that they Loyola stays in the game is if VCU doesn't shoot very good from 3. But I'll be right back.
Sounds good. Yeah. I does feel like a lot of points. Yes, it does. But we've just seen what VCU does, man. They just dominate on the glass, and their ability to shoot threes, really matters. I know Loyola decent 3-point defense also, but at the end of the day, I trust this VCU team more than Loyola. I know Loyola's kind of gotten a little lucky this tournament, but they're still here, so I'll credit them there. But I think VCU is just gonna be too much to handle. I think VCU just tight game, but I think VCU at the end of the day just kind of walks away, wins this game by 13, 14 points. There. South Carolina State and Norfolk. I think this is the MEAC championship. I'm pretty positive. So that should be a championship game. So this will be fun. We have South Carolina State here catching a point at Norfolk, and this is I believe basically a home game for Norfolk. I could be wrong. It's at the Norfolk Scope Center. So basically a home game for Norfolk. Norfolk is, they squeaked past Morgan State the other day. Maryland Eastern Shore was only a 7-point win. And then prior to that, they did beat Howard, but they lost to NC Central, South Carolina State. Morgan State hung around. So I just don't like what I've seen from Norfolk. I know they're getting wins, but this feels a little too easy. Basically a home game. You're laying 1 point with them. South Carolina State, and it'll be a revenge spot. South Carolina State just beat them. But South Carolina State's coming in. They haven't lost since February 1st. And that was a loss to Norfolk State in overtime. So they've been rolling. They've been getting it done. They got the revenge there. But I just think they kind of have Norfolk's, number a little bit. They know how to play them. First game went to overtime, really close game. Got it done then. I believe that was on the road. No, it was home. They got it done at home. But they still went on the road, lost by 2 in overtime, played good enough to get there. I think everyone's going to take Norfolk minus the 1. It carries a little name brandness to it. Everyone knows Norfolk, or at least I think they do. I mean, it's they're generally in the tournament. They're always kind of a good team here too. Not saying they're a bad team, but I just feels a little too easy. I like the Bulldogs here, South Carolina State, to get it done over Norfolk today. So I will be on South Carolina State +1. Actually, let me grab the Google Doc sheet too. I didn't go back and update it yesterday, but losing day. It was a losing day yesterday. We somehow pulled it back to up about $36 going into the 11 o'clock games, and Utah State no-showed for me. So that was brutal, but still not a terrible day. I'll drop this into the chat quick. South Carolina State, Norfolk. I went South Carolina State.
Yes, South Carolina State money line for me.
Hell yeah.
Is that the only one you talked about?
Yeah, I was just dropping the Google sheet in here.
No, South Carolina State money line for me. I think they're playing a lot better than Norfolk. Norfolk hasn't been very impressive to me down the stretch. I know this is in Norfolk, Virginia, but at the same time, they've looked a little shaky on shaky grounds. I mean, they only beat Maryland Eastern Shore by 7, start the conference tournament, ended up surviving yesterday against Morgan State. South Carolina State seems to be the team that's rolling, so I'll trust them. They split both of the season series. South Carolina State won by 3 at home, lost by 2 on the road in overtime to Norfolk. So give me South Carolina State. I think they're the better team. So I'll be on the money line. I think it was like +1.5, something like that.
It's down to +1.
Down to +1 now. So yeah, just give me the money line price.
Yeah. Let's go Bulldogs here. I'm with you.
I like
really
that.
like it.
I like that.
Yes,
I'm going to be on that.
Memphis.
That'll be a play for me.
There we go.
And then did you talk about this maybe at all or no?
What's that? Sorry.
Did you talk about that? Hover?
No, Huff's he's got some things going on today, so he's not going to join us, but he will be here for the selection show tomorrow.
Yep, he'll be here for the selection tomorrow. He's just got some family members sick, not doing very good, so he would appreciate the support, thoughts, prayers, all of that. So unfortunately, won't be able to make it today, but I know he did post everything on the score sheet this morning, the best he could, and then he will see us tomorrow, or you'll see him tomorrow. So he'll be with us tomorrow when we do that. I think at 4:30 Eastern, 5:30 Eastern, or 4:30 Eastern. I can't remember.
Virgil says everybody's in the mothers on South Carolina State. If they are, so be it. Just feels a little easy. You're basically a home game with Norfolk, and they're coming off of a loss to South Carolina State. So now all you got to do is lay one. Feels a little easy for me. I'll take South Carolina State in the quote upset roll, even though it's not much of an upset. Just catching a point, but that's so I'm doing. Dylan says I took money line Wisconsin and 4.5 on Bovada. There you go. Oh, I didn't bet this yet. I'm waiting to see if I can get a 3.5. It's peaking at 3 right now. So I will be on it one way or another though. I really love Wisconsin today, and given the spot and the circumstances here. Wisconsin going undefeated up until the Elite Eight. Yeah, I think they can. I'm sitting on a 100-1 national title ticket, so I'd like them to go undefeated the whole way through, not only for my future, but as for my fandom. But yeah, we'll see how that fares. Dartmouth, Cornell. This number.
I know.
Man. I want to bet Cornell, but man, it feels like everybody in the brothers going to be on Cornell here. What happened the last time these two played?
I was just about to ask you.
Cornell. Oh yeah, Cornell got this is the Mollywop game, 88-49.
Beat them or lost?
Lost. Cornell lost to them on the road, but I forgot about that game. That game was out of my memory. They beat Dartmouth 76-64 the first time. Neutral now. What is the score of this first game here? 25. So Yale's up. Yale's got 31 points. So I haven't gotten eyes on it, so I don't know how the rims and everything are looking. But considering there's only been 56 points scored, I'm sure there's a little bit more effort and like defensively, considering it's the tournament. But still, it doesn't look like a lot of scoring's happening. And if those rims are tight, Cornell's going to be kind of screwed with the amount of threes they shoot and everything else. They don't get much at the rim. So I'll you know what? I'll take Dartmouth. I think this line's a little telling. I think that Cornell carries that name brand, and everyone's going to like to bet them. But if these rims are tight, the shots aren't going to be falling. I think that's brutal. Not to mention Dartmouth defense, pretty damn good. Both are turnover prone and don't force turnovers, so I'm going to just kind of wash that out in that one. But yeah, I mean, just feels like a Dartmouth spot. This line stinks. I know Dartmouth's offense isn't amazing. And they mollywopped them the last time, but you can shoot free throws. They're going to get to the line a bunch. That's what they do. They go downhill, get fouled. Cornell fouls a lot, and gives up a lot at the line here. Not to mention, neither team can rebound. So, and they're basically kind of average all the way around size wise. So I'll take Dartmouth with the 5.5 neutral. I think a lot of people are going to be on Cornell here, and we've seen what happens when Cornell can't score. They put up 49 points and get blown out by 40. So will there be a chip on the shoulder? I'm sure there will, but I'll take Dartmouth with that defense on a neutral to make life tough on Cornell.
Yeah, I'll take Cornell on the points or laying the points. Won't bet it though. I don't know if you're betting it. Won't bet it though, just because Dartmouth is really good at defending in three, and that's something that Cornell obviously relies upon. So I think it could definitely be a close game. But if Cornell's hitting their threes and Dartmouth's really struggling guarding them, it could be kind of a blowout. I just don't feel confident in laying or taking the points here, just because of how variable this game could be. You could look at maybe even the over because if Cornell's playing well on offense, they're still going to allow Dartmouth to score potentially. So the over might be a look there. But it'd be I'll pick Cornell minus the 5.5.
Fair. Don't hate it. I probably won't bet that game either, to be honest. But yeah, Tulane, Memphis. What do you think about this one?
I mean, I kind of just want to go back and basically the same number that Wichita State was laying, just lay it. Memphis probably maybe survives again, wins by 3 or 4 or 5, something like that. But I mean, it feels like too many points. But is the line telling you that Memphis is just going to roll by 20? That's the only thing I'm battling with. But I mean, my gut tells me to go with Tulane and the points, so that's what I'm going to go with.
Yeah, I mean, Memphis got like 80 or 70 some points from Danger and Haggerty yesterday. It was just those two guys. If one of those guys just kind of slipped up down the stretch, they lose that game. Wichita also kind of got reffed a little bit there. That stick back bucket should have counted. That was absolutely bullshit. Memphis tried to blow that game too, and Wichita was taking advantage of it. So, I mean, I think Tulane's playing really good ball. I think Memphis, little too many points here. I'd like to see Haggerty and Deja do that again because without them, Memphis gets rocked in that game. So I'm gonna fade those two performances. I'm gonna make the rest of the team beat them, which they can, but I think Danger and Haggerty kind of have down games a little bit today, and Tulane's been playing really good. Not to mention, I believe Tulane. I don't want to sound stupid. I believe Tulane beat them. Did they not?
No, Memphis beat them by 12 at Tulane. That was their only time they played.
It's the only time. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, regardless, there's that. But this Tulane team also yesterday against FAU, they were down, went back up, lost the lead again, but came back. So I mean, like they got the fight in them. They can put together some runs. So I'll take Tulane with the points here. I think sprinkle the money line too. I think Memphis is going to have a little regression game after yesterday's shenanigans, and they're in no matter what. So Tulane's definitely going to be the more motivated team. I think to get this one done. Not saying Memphis won't be, but they're in. Tulane must have game. Feels like too many points. They're kind of begging for Memphis money, giving you a reasonable spread with a Memphis team that's been blowing out teams all year. So I'll take Tulane with the points.
Yep, I'll be on Tulane plus the 8.5. I know Matt in the chat, he's saying under. I don't mind that look. My back-to-back teams know each other pretty well, and like you said, they got a lot from Haggerty and Danger yesterday. So can they repeat that performance? But I also think Ken's probably right. You could live bet the Memphis money line at some point. It'll probably be plus money at some point here, and they probably survive. I'm not going to be as confident as you to call sprinkle on the money line because I think that Memphis probably does win. But this game seems to be like Tulane is going to go up early, kind of like Wichita State did, or Memphis may go up early. Then the other team's going to come back, go up by like 8 or 9, something like that, and then it's going to be close down the stretch. So just going to be kind of a game of runs that you typically see there in college basketball. You just got to kind of ride the wave, and I'm going to ride the wave with Tulane as well. So
let's do it. Michigan versus Maryland. Maryland's laying 4.5.
Michigan looks fucking good. So did Maryland,
but
obviously.
Purdue's whatever, man. They're we fell for that one. I don't know what you had.
I was Purdue minus 2.5.
Yeah, we fell for that one. Michigan coming in losing 3 straight, only catching 2.5. But what has Purdue really done to be a favorite to anybody? That was brutal. But I like Maryland in this one, but some tells me I'm just getting way too square with this, given that performance yesterday. I'll take Maryland. I don't know. I made Benedict. Like, I didn't feel good about it on Kerm's show this morning too when we talked about it, but I took Maryland. I just think Michigan had like 25 assists or some shit yesterday. Like, they had a ridiculous amount of assists, like 83% of points came off of assists, or possessions ended with an assist. So I don't know if they can repeat that against a Maryland defense. Maryland, pretty good at rotations, not giving open shots, and giving up assists. But Purdue, on the other hand, was like they're one of the worst in the conference, and I believe in the country at just terrible rotations, giving up open shots. So I don't think Michigan's going to have as much luck in that department, getting open shots and making them. And then, not to mention, down low, Michigan will actually have a formidable foe with Queen and Reese down low, and Maryland's guards are better than Michigan's too. So I took Maryland here with the 4.5. I haven't bet this yet. Something tells me I got to just plug the nose and dive into Michigan. But as picking this game, it has to be Maryland or nothing. Like, I don't, I know what my gut says, but I think Maryland overall is the better team, down low, guard wise, and defensively. So I'll take Maryland.
Yep. I'm laying it with Maryland. I'm not overthinking this. I was fading Michigan for a reason yesterday. They got up, looked good for one game. I'm not going to let that change my opinion. Michigan turns the ball over a shit ton. Maryland likes to force turnovers. I think Maryland wins this by double digits. So I'll be on Maryland minus the 4.5. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So we'll see if it'll be a shame on me situation.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Bama, Florida. I bet Florida over 89.5.
I don't mind that. Do these teams even care
about this game?
Yeah.
Todd Golden said yesterday. They were talking to him in the morning, I think, like a game or two before Florida played, and they were talking to him about motivation and this and that. He's like, we're trying to get a 1 seed. There's still games to be played, and there's fruitful outcomes for them. So I think Florida gets it done here. I might lay the 3.5 too. They were dogging me for picking a team total over instead of Florida when I was talking shit about Alabama on the program this morning. So I may double dip here with the team total. I got over 89.5, and then I may roll Florida minus 3.5 too. If this can get popped down to 3, I'll be on it. But regardless, may probably be on Florida. Oh shit, I see a 3 right now. I'm on it. So I got Florida over, and I'm taking the minus 3. So that Florida for me today. Gators up.
Yeah, you see the line moving down a little bit. I'll be on Florida minus 3, but my play might be just the over 175.5 and just cheer for points. Last time this game was 99, 95, something like that. Only game they played this year against each other. Let me make sure I got that. 99, 94. It was at Alabama. Now we get a neutral. Both teams have already played 2 games here. Florida put up 95 and 88. Florida put up 95 yesterday. Alabama put up 99. Shows me that they're comfortable in the arena, able to score well. Give me the over here, and I'll just cheer for points. But I will pick Florida minus the 3.5.
Yep. Search around. You could probably find a. Excuse me. Damn. You could probably find a Florida minus 3. I found mine on Bovada offshore. So I don't know.
Looks like on the penny, you can get a flat 3 as well. Shout out to Monty in the chat.
Perfect. Pinnacle. There we go. It's pretty much everywhere. You get 2.5 on Novig. I don't know what that is. Whiff has got 2.5. Cool. Minus 3, 3.5 everywhere for the most part here.
Looks like the over is at 174.5, not 175, so it's dropped a point.
Interesting. Why is the total dropping?
Yeah,
it opened at 172. It opened at 172.5. So it's
steamed up a little bit.
It's still come up.
Progressing back to the mean.
Yeah, market's gonna settle here pretty soon. And where it sits with this one. Next, Joe's Mason. What do you got for this one?
Hell of a game, dude.
This is gonna be fun.
I don't know, man. I think St. Joe's is playing freaking really good ball. It's weird because we see these matchups, and like we've talked about, usually you'll have those those teams that they'll play twice against each other. But these last like 3 or 4 games that we've talked about, they've only played once. And now this is kind of like their second matchup here. So you don't really have like a true home and home against them. St. Joe's lost by 1 at George Mason. I believe, if I remember correctly, St. Joe's was up pretty good at halftime. I think they were up by like almost 10. And then they were up pretty good like midway, halfway through the second half. And George Mason kind of closed on a stretch down the end and kind of stole that victory. Not really stole the victory, but took the victory. I kind of want to be on St. Joe's here. I think they're laying the point for the reason. So I'm going to be betting St. Joe's minus the 1.
Yeah, I'm with you. I took money line minus 120 with St. Joe's this morning. I really like them to show up, but they blew that game. They're up like 8 with like 2 minutes left. Blew it. Maybe a bit of luck from Dayton to foul with 5 seconds left for terrible defense. Should never have been that close to him to give him that opportunity to draw the line. But St. Joe's games are won by guards in March, and St. Joe's guards are by far better than Mason. I know Mason clamped down in the second half yesterday against George Washington, but I don't think they can do that against Joe's. I think Joe's is laying points for a reason. George Mason, hell of a season, great year, but I think it comes to an end today. I like St. Joe's on the money line. I bet this minus 120 to get it done today. So let's go Joe's, get her done. These are average Joes.
I also don't necessarily mind that under 131. I know it's a little low, but both teams are. It'd be I think for both of them. I guess it's the 3rd game in 3 straight days for St. Joe's, and then George Mason just played yesterday. So, I mean, I could see like a kind of a grinded out type of a game where it's in the 50s like the previous matchup was, or like in the low 60s, like a 63-60 type of a finisher, 65-62, something like that. So I don't mind the under 131 there either.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Oh, Florida, Bama's taking some money. Now we got a juice 3 just popped up. So this could drop lower. I'll let this line do its thing. And I'll grab Florida at the lowest of the low here. UAB North Texas. I think North Texas is the spot here, and I think you might as well just play money line. UAB put up 94 yesterday against ECU. North Texas, didn't look great versus Tulsa, but that second half came out and just suffocated them to death. Put their face over a pillow and cleared it out. So I like UAB or North Texas here. Laying the 2.5. I'll probably just take money line though. I mean, this total feels telling too. You got a team that just put up 94 points yesterday, and now we're gonna have a 134 total. I know it's North Texas, but North Texas they don't let you score points. And I think UAB's defense isn't terrible, but I'm not sure it's gonna be able to fully stop North Texas. North Texas loves to shoot the 3. What is UAB's 3-point? UAB's pretty terrible along the 3 ball too. UAB also beat North Texas the last time they played by 3. They scored 64. So at home, you squeaked it out by 3 points. Now we're on a neutral. UAB looked good yesterday, but I want to see them do that back-to-back games here, putting up points, and I don't think North Texas is going to allow them to do that with that defense. So I think this is going to be an ugly one. This to me kind of feels like a 62, like 64, 65, somewhere around there. So give me North Texas to get this one done. Not to mention North Texas elite free throw shooting team. 79% in conference play and 77 overall. So they're 24th best in the conference, and they get it done. And North Texas, their fouls or the way they play defense, they could foul and send them to the line for free ones, but UAB is not a get to the free throw line kind of team. They like their jump shots and shit. So give me North Texas money line, which is minus 145 roughly. Let me look on here. Minus 150. Yeah. So minus 145, minus 150 roughly. I'll take that.
Yep. I don't mind. I'll be on North Texas. Either way, I'll see what I can do. Maybe I'll money line parlay this with another with like a minus 300 minus something like that money line. But I don't mind laying the 2.5 either. North Texas shoots the ball pretty well from the free throw line, so down the stretch, I think they can kind of extend this lead if they've got a 1-2 point lead. UAB's got to kind of foul down the stretch. They can kind of push it over to that 3, 4, 5 range. I think that I personally I like North Texas just because I like trusting the way better defense in this game. They're also right there close to home. They're in Fort Worth. They're just right up north, 25, 30 minutes away. They're in Denton, so kind of familiar area. I know UAB's been out there, but UAB's got a good offense. But North Texas's defense, I'll trust the way better defense versus the terrible offense or the terrible defense that UAB has. So I'll back defense here, and I will be on North Texas. Either money line, I might just play the juice, or I might just lay the 2.5.
Yeah, like that. Arizona versus Houston. What do you got to say about this one?
I'm gonna lay it with Houston here. I know it was a pretty good. I think we battled here. You were on Arizona at Arizona, right? And then I think I ended up on Houston, and it somehow came through for me. I think Houston, man, they're rolling. They're playing well. Everybody's kind of figuring out the role and the piece that they need to play. Part of the pie that they are here down the stretch. Looks like this would be kind of big. Roberts is out for Houston. That would actually
he was out yesterday too.
Would be important. I sucked yesterday. Hand up, I freaking bet on Texas Tech, not realizing that I bet it early, and then I find out that the 2 starters were out. So that was fun. Didn't even realize that till I turned the game on. I was busy last night. So that was not the greatest information that I found out when they were playing. I still think Houston rolls here, man. I think Arizona, they played really well last night against the Texas Tech defense that really likes to defend you. Now you're going up against another kind of rough, physical defense in Houston. Yeah, and that's what I might do here. I might just pair the good defenses right here. I might just do a little Texas 2-step and parlay Houston with North Texas. Yeah, that's what I'll end up doing. Thank you, Adam. Shout out, Adam. I'll be on Houston money line. I think they win this. I actually think that they win by. I mean, we saw a good offense like BYU. What happened yesterday? Houston just ruled. I think Arizona is typical of the same, especially kind of they're on a neutral. Caleb Love had 30 some. They're gonna make everything. They're gonna make everything uncomfortable for them. So yeah, I'll be on Houston North Texas money line parlay. I like that. I would pick Houston minus 5.5. I could see them winning by 10+. To be honest, almost like last year it was Iowa State winning against Houston by 25+. I could see something like that where if Arizona gets down early in the championship game, they're like, okay, we're not going to try to really fight back too much because we got to rest up for the tournament. So they kind of throw it in. And I could see it the other way too. If Arizona gets up big, Houston might do the same way. So
I don't see either team throwing in the towel. I think both teams want this. Like you said, Houston got absolutely housed in the championship game last year, but this is Arizona's first year in the Big 12. They would love nothing more than to come into this league and win their conference tournament. Not to mention they had Houston. They just fumbled it late down the stretch. You got to make your free throws, and they've improved in that department too. But Arizona's got multiple bigs down low instead of just one guy in Traore for BYU, and BYU never got off the bus, man. They look terrible. Houston's just a bad matchup for them. We saw them lose by 30 the first game, and then they lost by 20 on a neutral yesterday. It's just not a great matchup, and not to mention, totally didn't even think about this, but BYU's coach was a NBA guy too, so defense is optional in his opinion. So you get a Kelvin Sampson versus him. Defense matters to the highest priority versus a guy who doesn't give a shit about it. That was a bad spot hand up with BYU yesterday. But yeah, I think Arizona, Tommy Lloyd, they want to come in and win this conference. They play damn good. They have multiple bigs, those Euros down low. They can shoot. Caleb Love is Mr. March. He's found it here. I think Arizona's live in this game. I'll take the 5.5, and I'll sprinkle the money line too.
Oh yeah, that's battle.
I really think Arizona's live in this one. So give me Arizona the points in the money line. Let's do it.
Caleb Love's going to put a 1 for 11 from 3 performance.
Keep dreaming, buddy. What is this line everywhere? I'm trying to find it. 6. We got 6, 6.5s. Where did this open? 5.5.
Yeah, it's been staying pretty much similar, around the same.
Opened 6.5. So now I see it's 5.5 on DraftKings now. Is that true?
5.5 on DraftKings.
5.5 on DraftKings.
Yeah, that's
so
where
it's come down.
I got all these banners at 5.5. Yeah, probably because of the Robert. I mean, I know Roberts was out yesterday, but the confirmation of that.
Yeah, I'll take Arizona here. And on the money line. Outright.
Let's go.
Oh, and it just dropped to 6. Son of a bitch. I gotta grab this quick before it moves. Just fell on my other book to 6. I can get 6.5 here. We'll do that. Bada bing, bada boom. Where's the money line? Plus 230, plus 235. Well, I'll hit money line here on this one. So there we go. Yeah, give me let's go. Let's battle Arizona. Next, Boise versus Colorado.
Boise money line. Or Boise -1. I'll just take Boise -1. I think they're playing a lot better. They're playing with a point to prove here. I know Colorado State just looked really freaking good last night against Utah State. But Boise State's looked good in their 2 games here in the tournament as well. I feel like Colorado State kind of punked them last game, senior night, whatever it was, senior night, I think. They're at Boise, where Boise really usually tends to play really well. I think Degenhardt's going to really understand. Degenhardt's going to be really pissed off about that. They're going to get everybody fired up to play here, and I think this is a Boise revenge spot off of that regular last game in the regular season loss to Colorado State by 10. So yeah, give me Boise State. I'll battle Matt in the chat. We'll go with Boise. We'll ride the name brand. You're on Colorado State probably, huh?
No, Boise. Boise. Like you said, perfect revenge spot for the senior day, and then Boise. They're their last 4 in, so this is a must win. I know Colorado State has to win this too. I believe. Is Colorado State projected in or not? Colorado State bubble. Yeah, Colorado State's the first 4 out. Boise's the last 4 in. So this is for all the marbles. This is for everything, not just the conference. But this is it.
If Boise loses to Colorado State, they probably flip-flop spots.
Yep. Yeah, they'll be first 4 out. Then they'll need. Well, I don't know. I mean, when was this article? It was 7 hours ago. March 4th. So last night. So this was last night. This article.
7 hours ago, 4 a.m. That was right after everything happened. So. Yeah,
Texas lost. San Diego State lost the night prior. I don't know how the Hoosiers are the last 4 in. That blows my mind. I don't get it.
Is North Carolina out? Please tell me are they saying they're out?
First 4 out.
Yeah. If the Hoosiers, I mean, it's Hoosiers and North Carolina. If that's like one of the last teams in and out, you got to take Indiana.
I think they both suck. I don't think
they both suck.
But Irvine win or loss should be in with.
But have you seen? I mean, the problem with this is going to be, the Mountain West. They got a lot of love. 2 years ago when they got a lot of love, and then they all fucking lost in the first round. Didn't do them any favors when the committee was really high on the Mountain West, and they got 4 or 5 teams in, and then everybody ended up losing. Besides, I think San Diego State, which is pretty typical. But I would say, I agree with Danny in the chat. Both Indiana and UNC should be out, in my opinion. I think it should be more of one of the bigger mid majors, like you said, like an Irvine or a Bradley, even. yeah, if Indiana is in and it's the choice between Indiana and North Carolina, I would definitely favor Indiana because, I mean, what, UNC 1-12, quad one wins. At least Indiana's went on the road and beat Michigan State at Michigan State. I mean, they've had some quality wins, whereas UNC hasn't. And they've just, obviously, we've seen the ACC, top 4 teams are good. Other than that, not very good. But yeah, if Irvine won, that would be the other thing. If Irvine wins against San Diego, we'll get to that. If Irvine wins, you got to have San Diego in there. There's no way you leave them out. So that bumps somebody out. So I
San
think
Diego will be in no matter what.
Yeah, so I think the winner of this is in, obviously, because it's an automatic qualifier, but the loser is out probably. So this is really a win and you're in situation. And that's why I'll be on Boise State. Senior led team. Nico Medvedev have done a really good job this year. I really honestly didn't think Colorado State was going to be as good as they have been. So shout out to them. They've been a very good program this year. But I think Boise State wins this.
Yeah, I'm with you. Boise both shoot elite free throws too. Colorado State doesn't get to the line. Boise elite rebounding as well. That's where I think this comes down to. Being able to rebound the ball, second chance points, take away possessions, and I trust Boise to do that more also. Creighton St. John's. I pick St. John's. I don't know if I'll bet this because I haven't been on the St. John's train all year. And I hop on today. You generally know how that's going to go. So I'll pick St. John's. I made Benedict over to Creighton because, I've made it this far fading on what's one more game in the tournament here. Creighton also played them pretty tough at the Garden on a Sunday. I think catching the same exact spread, 6.5, and they covered by the hook. And Kalkbrenner also got hurt that game and left for a majority, and Creighton went on a massive scoring drought. Still found a way to climb back in and lose by 6. So, you know what? I've Benedicted myself. I'll take Creighton. I still don't know if I'll bet this game. Who am I kidding? I probably will. So pay attention to the sheet in my Twitter. But for right now, I'll Benedict off Kyle's show and go to Creighton. But I don't love it. I can see ways for both. I can see St. John's winning by 20. I can see Creighton beating them outright, or at least hanging within this number. This is a tough game. It's gonna be fun as hell, but it's tough.
I think you could almost get a better number live on the Johnnies. You saw that earlier on. They've kind of been we haven't really talked about it here over the last month or so, but it's been kind of one of those teams where they don't play as good in the first half and kind of sometimes can get behind or not really run away with it, and then they just fucking absolutely run away with it in that second half. And you saw that yesterday against Marquette. So you could possibly look at getting a better line with St. John's. I'll lay it here with St. John's minus 6.5. I think this is a roll spot. Rick Pitino coach team is just kind of like a Kelvin Sampson team, and I like Kelvin Sampson today with the Houston. But I think St. John's is in a spot where they can just roll out physical Creighton, the Creighton team that really likes to shoot threes. Kalkbrenner down low. I mean, he's good. Don't get me wrong, but he doesn't really bang like that down low. He's not super physical, in my opinion. I think he's kind of a little bit weak in that regard when you're talking about physicality. So I'll be on St. John's here. Maybe they roll by double digits. Otherwise, I will maybe money line parlay it.
Did you just fart?
No.
What the hell was that?
Almost did. Holding it
in. Shout out Danny Dumbshit. 10 Smackaroos AM Pump Fake Pot. Absolutely. We didn't have lines last night. We had like 8 maybe, and so we'd just be sitting around waiting for the lines or making up lines just to kind of cap games. So my
realtor's calling. Hold on 1 second.
Sounds good. Yeah, so we figured we'd just go this morning. So appreciate you, Danny Dumbshit. It's a lot of points to be given to Creighton, kind of telling, isn't it? It does kind of feel like that. I think they kind of got to offer that because, a lot of people are going to be on St. John's anyway, but I can't really blame them. St. John's has been an absolute wagon, so I don't know what I'm doing in this game. I'm all over the place with this Creighton St. John's game. We'll talk some MAAC. Mount St. Mary's at Iona. Big win for Mount St. Mary's yesterday. I believe that was a comeback over Merrimack too. I believe they were down a decent chunk. So shout out them for climbing back into this. They're playing pretty damn good. The last time they played Iona, lost in overtime by 3 at home. I believe that was the only time they played each other. Yep, that was the only time they played each other. Iona got hot at the right time, ended the season on a streak, coming into the tournament here, tournament here, won 3 straight. Caught points yesterday against Quinnipiac, won outright. Called that, no big deal. Tobin in March, but I don't know about this because this Mount St. Mary's team, on paper, not a great team, but they're just playing really damn good right now. Iona laying 4.5 points. I think this is the nice sell spot for Mount St. Mary's here. I'm gonna look what the line was the last time these two teams played. Pull that up. Iona. Let's see what the spread was. Today's results. Iona was laying 1 by 3. Now they're laying 4.5 on a neutral. That feels a little too much. A little too much. So I'm gonna find myself on the Mount more than likely today. They're playing damn good ball, and you're gonna jump the spread up 3.5 points. And it's on a neutral. Like, I get Iona's look good, but Mount has look good too. It's not like they've been playing like shit over the stretch. Like, they've come in on a little win streak here, got it done too, over some big teams. So feels like a little too many points. I'll take that in the money line. Where's the money line? Here we go. Plus 185, I believe, is probably going to be one of the better prices. And I'm seeing a 5 here with the Mount now. Seeing a 5. Let's go check the this other one here quick. Iona plus 183 and plus 5 over here. Yeah. So to give me the Mount, give me the points, give me the money line. Let's get it. Adam, this game should be more of a pick. Yeah, I think 4.5 is too much. I think it's a little too much respect for the Mount. This should be like a 2.5 type of spread. My opinion, 1-2, somewhere around there. So Iona and Houston money line isn't the worst play. I'll make it today. All right, yeah, go for it, Danny. No, as long as Mount covers that 5 points here, that'll be the bigger bet for me. I'll sprinkle on the money line too. Appreciate you, Matt. Yeah, it's growing. Got the community growing here. We appreciate you guys.
Dude.
Both these teams been a wagon. They have. Gerben's money line. There we go.
Dude, Brian's cracking me up. Holding a fart, and I was really No, he actually, yeah. No, it was not a shart either. No, I'm actually in the process of potentially buying my first house. So if everybody could keep me in your thoughts. Hopefully it goes through. I just keep she keeps calling because they keep trying to adjust the contract and things like that. So I'm kind of battling that this morning as well. So hopefully, maybe we win some big units today, and I can offer a little bit more. So
there you go.
We'll see
it's been a good year when he buys a house in March.
So I wish. I mean, that would be an awesome excuse to. Hey, my realtor's calling, so I could have a chance to just go take a poop. But I got to use that next time, though, for sure. But yeah, I'll be on. I don't know what you capped on it, but I'll be on Mount St. Mary's here. I mean, Tobin magic is real, as we've seen. But yeah, Mount St. Mary's plus the 4.5. I was on them plus 5.5. It moved all the way up to plus 8.5 before tip yesterday. So I love the reverse line movement that I was getting there. And Mount St. Mary's ended up winning outright. So I'll be on Mount St. Mary's plus the 4.5. And maybe I think they could possibly win upright. So upright, possibly win outright.
Outright. Yeah, I got you're saying there. Yeah, let's go Mount today. Miami, Ohio versus Akron. What are you doing here?
I'll lay it with Akron, but I'll also take the over. I think this game is going to soar to the over. I don't think it's one of those games where you see at the end it's going to be a defensive battle. No, I don't think so. Not at all. I think both teams are going to be good offensively. They're going to come ready to play. Peter Suter for Miami of Ohio is going to play his ass off as he usually does. But I think Akron rolls here. So I'll be on Akron minus the 6.5, and I'll also take the over 158. I know it opened at 159, came down a little bit, but I don't mind it. I think both teams are in the 80s here, or it could be like a 90-80 game. In my opinion, I think that's kind of where it lands. It's about like Akron 90, Miami of Ohio 80. So, yeah, give me Akron, lay it. The fact that also, where's this at? Is this in basically Akron, damn near?
I believe so. Let me double check.
Cleveland, yeah, basically.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So,
home court.
Yeah,
I'll lay it. Don't overthink it. They've been mollywhopping teams. Miami, Ohio, snuck past Eastern Michigan first round. Congratulations on the big second round win. But this is about to be a murder. Zip them up. Zip up the body bag after this one. This is Akron, baby. Louisville Duke. Take it away.
Nah, you go. I think I know where you're at.
Yeah, Louisville.
You are
6.5. Yeah. Fuck Duke.
I was hoping you were battling.
Pussies. These private school pussies. You fucking can't close out a 6.5 spread on a 24-point lead. Go fuck yourselves. Yeah, Louisville Duke. We saw what happened. They came out, inspired, playing really hot first half without Flagg and Malik Brown. Looked good. And then that second half, when it mattered, they needed offense and they needed somebody to get a bucket and make a stop. They couldn't do anything. They could not do anything. And this Louisville team playing with a ton of energy and fire. Pat Kelsey is never going to let that team get emotionally drained or down on themselves. He's the ultimate motivator. They're playing really damn good. I like Louisville here. Chucky Hepburn's been great. Duke, I think, is going to run into issues, same as yesterday in that second half. I think Louisville's defense, Louisville's defense also held Clemson scoreless for like a 6 to 8 minute stretch too in that game. Like their defense is no joke. And I think, Duke probably wins this game, but I think it comes down to last possession or two. But they got the refs, so Duke's going to get some calls, but I think Louisville's going to cover this, and I think they're live to win the game. I think Duke will somehow find a way to win with the refs, but I like Louisville here. Huge game for them to get this. So Duke will be a number 1 seed no matter what, anyway, regardless of win or loss.
The funny thing is, you think you're right with Duke getting the whistle, but it was funny how that whistle was all North Carolina down the stretch yesterday, just trying to get North Carolina to beat Duke so they could get into the tournament. But yeah, no, I'll be on Louisville plus the points. I also think not even sprinkle the money line. I'll go half unit on Louisville money line. I think this is your classic. This is where Duke, the freshmen, kind of show a little bit of the true colors here. They're a little younger team. Now you got a Louisville team who is literally senior led. Pat Kelsey at the helm. A lot of these teams have been a lot of these players have been successful in March for that Louisville squad. I just think that the experience and the fact that you got that 1 game bump with Cooper Flagg out, now you don't have him at all. Louisville's already lost to Duke. I think this is a spot where Louisville gets up. I'll take the 5.5, but I'll also be playing Louisville on the money line as well. Yeah,
this is I love this spot for Louisville. I think they definitely cover, but Duke's gonna get a whistle. It's gonna suck, but it is what it is. Jacksonville State Liberty, kick us off. I know what I'm playing in this game.
Take it away.
Give me Jacksonville State. Wrong button, wrong screen. Oh, Jesus, Trent. Oh, here we go. Trent just took Auburn, St. John's, Maryland, Florida, and Houston incoming to fair. Hell yeah. Yep, this is why you sprinkle money line in March. You sprinkle this. So what do we got? Auburn's playing who again? Tennessee. Yep, on Tennessee. Maryland. So shit, probably should trust that gut instinct with Michigan here. And St. John's, Creighton again, Maryland, Florida, and Houston. Yeah, so I'm loving that I'm on opposite sides of 3 of those 5 at least. Kind of scary, but it is what it is. We'll do it. But Jacksonville State here. let me pull up KenPom again. So I can see the schedule. These two played. Jacksonville State beat Liberty, I believe. Damn it.
Yeah, they split. They split.
Yep. Yeah, and then the road loss was 4 points at Liberty. Liberty, they beat Liberty at home by 11. Liberty, without Matheny going nuts yesterday and going uber clutch, they're losing that game. So I like what I've seen from Jacksonville State. They played tough. Jacksonville State, they also don't force turnovers, but they also don't turn the ball over here. They don't foul or anything. Jacksonville State playing good. They have a size advantage too on the glass, and Liberty really struggles rebounding the ball. I'll take Jacksonville State 5.5 here. You're going to give me the taller team, a team that rebounds. Liberty can't shoot free throws either, 66%. So if you're getting to the line, that's going to be tough especially for a favorite to close out 2-3 possession game when you can't shoot free throws. I know Liberty's defense is damn good, but I will still go Jacksonville State. This is going to be a tight game. Jacksonville State sprinkle money line also plus 200 roughly, plus 205 I see. So yeah, roughly around 2-1. I'll sprinkle that. Whenever I hit money line, I just bet to win a unit. So I will put a little halfie on Jacksonville State money line, and I'll be betting to win a unit and a half on Jacksonville State plus 6.5 now. So we getting a bigger number.
Plus 6.5 now?
Plus 6.5.
Yeah, I'll take the 6.5 with Jacksonville State. I'm not going to bet this right away. I'll kind of watch this line throughout the day just to kind of see what it does. I do think Liberty probably wins this game, but I can see Jacksonville State being competitive here. All these games in the Conference USA tournament have been really close. They've been freaking awesome. I mean, that Middle Tennessee State, was it Middle Tennessee State, Kennesaw State game? Or no.
Middle Tennessee, Kennesaw pissed that game away.
Yeah, no, Middle Tennessee, Louisiana Tech is what I'm thinking about. That double overtime, that double overtime game. Then the Liberty Kennesaw State game. All these games have been pretty close here over the last couple days. I like taking the points here. Give me Jacksonville State plus the 6.5. Maybe it climbs a little bit more. I'll kind of just watch it and see what happens. I'm with you on that one.
Perfect. Yeah, let's go. Let's get it done. Next, we got 3 left here. Alabama State, Jackson State. I'm not betting this game, but I would take Alabama State. Jackson State looked good, but Bethune looked just inept last night, horrible. And if I was looking at shot quality, Jackson State should have lost by 7 or 8 points. Bethune just couldn't hit anything. They scored 51 points, and shit wasn't falling for them. So I don't think they looked as good as they looked on TV. I'll take Alabama State. This team's got nothing to lose. They've come in winning these games. They beat the team that Grambling, my Grambling boys, clutched it out. Shout out Grambling in this season with a cover. So love to see that. But I'll take Alabama State here versus taking the 3.5. I think they probably win outright. But I just don't have a strong enough feeling to bet it. I just think this line's a little telling that it's going to be pretty tight, and there's a good chance for an upset.
Yeah, I'm curious if JW is still here. He's been rolling with me on this Alabama State team the last couple games. I think that Alabama State probably wins this outright as well. I know that Jackson State looks pretty good against Bethune, like you said, 71-50. So I think it might be just a little bit of recency bias here. They beat FAMU by 15. They beat Bethune by 21. Now you get Alabama State, who is off of the 5-point win against Southern and the 2-point win against Grambling State. So you've got a team that's, seeing that compete in close games here in the tournament, and you got a team that's blown out teams. I'll be on Alabama State plus the 3.5. but it does concern me that Mo Williams is with that Jacksonville State team, the Jackson State team. He can get his guys up, can kind of coach. He's a pretty good coach. One of the better former NBA player coaches, in my opinion. So I'm gonna be on Alabama State plus the 3.5. Don't know if I'll bet it, but that'll be my side.
Yeah.
Shout out Princeton, up 1, big 3.
Damn, really? Ooh.
Yep. 54-53.
Oh,
Everybody get this on. If you don't have it on, we'll be sorting it out.
Damn, you have Princeton and Moneyline?
I got Princeton plus 7.5.
Okay.
So.
Well, they just got another stop. They're walking it up with 3 minutes left. So I just looked at my account. Apparently, I bet Bryant -7 this morning. So I would now I would really love Bryant to not start choking this game away. They were up 17 points. Now it's a 13-point game. So close it out, Bryant. Close it out.
Close it out.
Irvine, San Diego. Yeah, this is a game where if Irvine wins, they're in, and I think San Diego gets in anyway. Like, there's no chance you got to leave San Diego out. I think Irvine should be in anyway with a big at-large, but we all know that's not going to happen out of the Big West. So this is a must-have for Irvine. What I don't like is we saw it in the game last night. San Diego generally starts slow, and then that second half, they hit a whole nother gear, and they destroy you. So I'm playing Irvine first half +3 in this one. I think they come out fired up, not to mention the last time these two played, UC San Diego walked into the Anteater's house and absolutely just mollywopped them by like 20 points. So I think there's some revenge here. This is a get-up must-have spot for Irvine, and they can't afford to trail to San Diego, and San Diego doesn't always start the game hot. So give me Irvine first half +3.
This is probably my favorite game of the day. I'm most excited to watch this game.
Same.
Of all games, this is literally my favorite game, hands down. I will be on UC Irvine plus the points. They've been there, done that here in the Big West. You know, they've even gotten a few wins in the tournament. I know they actually beat my K-State Wildcats. But yeah, so I think that they've got a few guards that are pretty good, that are freshmen, sophomores. So kind of nervous about that in that regard. They're not very old. But at the same time, I think this game comes down to the wire. I think this is one of the best games of the day. I hope it lives up to the expectations. But yeah, I'll be on UC Irvine plus the 5.5. And I kind of hope they win, because then that means 2 Big West teams get in, probably, most likely. So I'm pulling for them, not only for my bet, but just to see the Big West actually get the respect that they deserve. Because not very many people watch these games on every Thursday and Saturday. Nobody wants to stay up till 1, 2 a.m. on the East Coast, besides us crazy ass freaking fans. But yeah, so I'll be on UC Irvine plus the 5.5. I was trying to see with the UC. Yeah, I'll be on UC Irvine plus 5.5.
Yeah. That's just how I would, if you had to play the full game, that's how I would. I just don't want to.
Big 3 by Yale. Damn.
There we go. Bryant's back up to 17. Good. Close it out, boys. Close it out. There we go. Out of bounds. Bryant ball. Yeah, this Yale game's going to come down to the wire here. Last game of the day, Grand Canyon versus Utah Valley. Utah Valley's catching 4.5. This feels like a name line for Grand Canyon. Depending on how the day goes, I will. It's a standalone game at night, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, got to bet it. So I'll take Utah Valley 4.5. Sprinkle the money line. It's up to 5. I see here. This is a sole just name respect line for Grand Canyon. Utah Valley's been great all year. What did these two do when they played, though, is the question. Utah Valley lost to Grand Canyon by 18 on the road. Beat them at home by 8. So
that was their only conference loss, was Utah Valley.
Yeah, this is a tough one. I think a lot of people are gonna, standalone game, Grand Canyon. Everyone knows it. Tyon Grant Foster. he's back. You know, he hasn't been bad. 18 and 12 points in his return, 3-5 boards and 1 and 2 assists, 2 blocks, 2 steals. He's a great player, obviously, but I feel like Utah Valley is just going to be way more motivated and ready to pick off the big dog here. You know, they're their one conference loss, and they beat them pretty handily. So I think Valley gets up for this. 5 points is too much. I'm sure this will probably go up to 5.5 or so. People are going to love betting Grand Canyon, especially when it's a standalone game. So let this line go up, take Valley and the points and sprinkle the money line.
Yep. I got a feature for Utah Valley to win this, win the WAC at plus 240. So basically, right now I've got a plus 240 ticket money line. I don't even know what the money line is for Utah Valley right now. I'm not going to be hedging it though. I will be on Utah Valley here. I might actually hedge it. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. We'll kind of see how the day goes. But I will be. I like Utah Valley. I'll pick Utah Valley close to 4.5. I'll wait to see where this line gets. If it kind of hovers around this number, I might play just Grand Canyon with the spread. And if I get fucked and Grand Canyon wins by 4 or less and I lose both, oh well. But my pick will be Utah Valley plus the 4.5. But just keep in mind, I do have that Utah Valley ticket to win the WAC at plus 240.
Yeah, perfect. There you go. I love that. And we're going to root for you there. Drop the sheet there on the chat. You guys will be here tomorrow, live watching the selection show, bitching and pissing and moaning about teams that got in and got out. So be here for that. Best of luck. Go Bucky.
I can hit up my sheet now. So we got 65 here in here now. So
I'll be right back.
Yeah, you're good.
Are you able to end the stream or?
Yeah. You out of here?
Yeah, I gotta take the Browns to the Super Bowl.
Get out of here.
All right, guys. Best of luck. Go Bucky. Fuck Sparty.
All right. So just the last thing that I wanted to do for everybody. I've been kind of saying that I was going to do that squares, the squares for the NCAA tournament. So let me share this with y'all. Get it here. So I've got it created. Let me know if you guys can see it. So basically, got the square sheet that I kind of showed you that was blank. I've got it filled out to 1 through 100, and then I'll really kind of zoom in here to the top portion. But basically, so if you want to enter, want to be a part of it, basically how it works, I'll kind of touch base and hit on that again, is you will, instructions right here, you'll $20 per square. Squares are 1 through 100. My Venmo is down here in this bottom corner with the last 4 of my number. Just in case it asks you, I'm doing 2 squares max per person right now, just in case we get a lot of people that are wanting to do it. If a lot of people want to do it, I can create a second sheet if we get enough people that want to join in. So basically, all you'll do is if you Venmo me here at Elliot -money. Last 4 7172. You just type in your comment on your square, what squares you want. If you send me 40, comment 2 squares. If you send me just 20 and you want to do 1 square, that's fine too as well. Yep, you can send it now, J. Steve. That is perfectly fine. What I will do and what I will say is if let me back this out just a little bit. So I'll just touch base. So winner score, loser score. So we're looking at it here. So say like you selected 5, right? So your winning score would be 6. Your loser score would be 8. So what you're saying here is, say this Princeton game just went final. Looks like Yale ended up winning by 59-57. So the winner score 59. So the last number of the winner score is 9. And then we'd come down to 7. So we'd find 7 real quick. 7 would be, of course, at the very bottom. So number 93 or whoever, I'll input the person's name, but they would win that money. And so if I go back, sorry, bear with me. I'm on only one screen today because I'm at my sister's house. But basically how the payout works is the first round. These do include the play-in games as well. We'll pay you $10. And then the first round of the tournament, obviously, same $10. Round of 32, 20 goes and kind of just doubles as it goes. So Sweet 16, 40, Elite 8 pays 80, Final Four pays 160, Championship 360. So if anybody wants to join, feel free to just shoot me over the money on Venmo, and I can either, if you want to put like your name, I'll put your name in the square, and it'll kind of be updated. Again, I'll drop this in the chat as well. And I'll also drop it in our main channel page as well, so people can get to it. I also post it on the Twitter X account, just so that people can have access to it. If somebody comments, sends me money in comments, and a square is already taken that I just haven't updated yet, I will just comment back to you, and you'll just have to select a different square. So that's kind of how we'll do it. So hope it's a fun little game, little side game for March Madness. Should be pretty fun. Sorry it took me a little bit longer to get out than what I was thinking. But yeah, so should be fun. If anybody has any questions, I'll post it on Twitter X. They can always respond there. DM us at PumpFakePod. But yeah, follow us, Twitter and X, and you'll see it there. At Michael_Huffer3, at StooleyPicks, and then at I'm _money. So hopefully people will enjoy it and like it. I've been doing it for over 15 years now. Have a group that runs it. It's been fun, kind of a fun little side deal for March Madness. So yeah, so hopefully people will want to participate, and we'll have a good time with it and get in the chat and maybe go from there. So appreciate everybody for joining. I will post everything on X today. Probably I've got some time now. But yeah, 67 live right now. Appreciate y'all. Sorry we weren't live last night. We will probably be going live tonight just to talk about that short little slate for tomorrow, Sunday, before Selection Sunday. And then we will be going live, Selection Show Sunday watch party. And we'll also be picking the one-of-one merch for anybody. We'll spin the wheel tomorrow live. So if oh yes, Rod Z's asking about Canada too. I probably should do that. I know Hasty's in Canada as well. So yeah, I'll get my PayPal up on my Twitter as well, just in case people need another way to access it. But yeah, so I'll do that. Thanks, Rod. Appreciate you. But I will we'll spin the wheel tomorrow for the 1,000 subscribers. We got the one-of-one merch that we'll send. We'll spin that wheel. So today is kind of the last day to enter. So what you would do is once I end this video, if you go into the comment section of the video, type in your favorite basketball player. You only get one entry. So if you've already done it, don't worry about it. But if you're new here or you haven't done it, just comment on the video after I've ended it live. Your favorite college basketball player growing up, and you'll be entered and put on the wheel and for the one-of-one merch, and we'll kind of go from there. So appreciate everybody. As Trevor say, toodles. Me and Huff, peace and love. Appreciate y'all, whether you're tailing or fading. Good luck, and let's cash some tickets, baby.